So with the Champions League and the league in the balance today, it's pretty big. Hello then, folks. Welcome back to Glory Hunter with me, DoctorBenjyFM. Good to see you. I hope I find you very, very well. So then it was last time you were with me. We beat Leganes, we lost to Leipzig, and today we'll try and turn one of those around and hopefully keep our league momentum rolling, as we are currently first in the league with Real Madrid to play today. And the Real Madrid know that if they beat us, they go to 65, we stay on 66. But the more important and pressing concern is we give Barcelona the chance, if we don't win today, to maybe go ahead of us in the league table, and that's the big worry. Hang on, have I messed this up? Do we not play until Saturday? I've done it again, viewers. I'm just so eager. Real Madrid 3 days' time. The big news, though, is that I've signed a new contract. So I'll definitely be doing 4 more years, viewers. Definitely won't be leaving if we win stuff. Just means that if PSG want me, they'll have to buy me. Arsenal here, by the way, playing PSG. What we like to see is PSG knocked out of competitions. That's a good start. As Bayern lose to Lille. Maybe Lille, by the way, are becoming a bit of a force, you know. They've got the goalkeeper that I sort of wanted. So they're 4th in Ligue 1 right now. Lyon top the table. It's getting closer. Now, whether PSG can do the business, they've not got that long left. 7 games to go. Things are getting a little bit more interesting over there. Obviously, things being disrupted. The problem we've got is if the PSG job becomes available, and I still haven't won things in Spain, do I forgo everything here, run over to PSG, try and get everything done, and then return? That's the... Ooh, viewers. I don't know if that's the right thing to do or the wrong thing to do. I know it's a thing to do. It's an option, isn't it? It's a bit dangerous, though, as far as options go. What if they sack them now, in April? We're in April. We are very close to the end of the season. I didn't realise just how close we were. Things are... Well, I'm not prepared for any of this, it feels like now. My nervous energy has turned into fear, so this is great. I think the problem now is, for me, Spanish Cup tomorrow. Oh, viewers, Barcelona. And the fact we pumped Atletico gives me a little bit of hope. This Real Madrid game, though, Real Madrid seem to have the best of me. I don't know. We need Gabe, man. Gabe's got to step up. He's the guy. He's the man. We've got to see it today, viewers. We have to see it today. Oh, yeah, we also had Regen Day. So we've had a few youngsters come in. None of them very good. None of them, we won't be here long enough to see any of them. The best of which, Fran Vargas. So yeah, hot lot of players there. All right, and team-wise, we're going to risk him. We saw it last time that Gabe got a little injury in that game against Leipzig. We took him off early. Twisted knee, 1 to 3 days. I am going to gamble. This Real Madrid game is a must-win. Now, look, we could play Diallo, but I'm going to risk Gabe. I think the bench actually could do a little bit of a rework. This is just such a massive game. This is. If I win this, the league could be ours. I'm going to bring Ribeiro in at the back instead of Velez, who's had a weird few games recently. All right, so the team for this one, Solhiro will be in goal, Vargas, Sanchez, Shelton and Ribeiro, in Guerrero and Akiza behind Cabai, Zeno one side, Emdal the other with Gabe up top. We've got to have some big performances. That front three, or Cabai, Emdal and Gabe, last 5 games, not been doing enough. Got to see it today. Our form recently, since March, has been not great. This could be a tide-turning moment, viewers. This is exciting because it's very much on the line right now. Salcido up front for them. Rodrigo on the left-hand side. Florentino Luis still into the side as well. And Sabatia, someone that we looked at signing once upon a time, the Belgian, playing in behind. He's not amazing, though. He's not as good as Cabai, the reality of it all. And Arno on that side, pretty similar to Zeno. Not that much better than Zeno, if at all. I don't think Madrid are the force that they've once were, but that they're still very, very capable. Going forward, though, we've got the best of them. I think at the back, they might have the edge. All right, then. Big game. We're wearing the orange and black of Valencia. They've got the white of Real Madrid. And I sort of want to... this is bold. I'm going to go for them early. We're going to attack very, very early. And that might prove to be the wrong decision as they head very, very close. Basically, I'd like to try and get ourselves ahead, and I think too often we let Madrid take control of these games and we're just not involved. If we can try and create a few chances, try and get ourselves on the score sheet early, then we get to control the pace and the tempo of the game. As Emdal's ball in towards Gabe, and there he is! That's what you want to see. Great corner from Emdal. He's lethal in the air. His Gabe scores so many goals. Philip Gabe's, 47th goal of the season. And what a time to score it. Lovely delivery from Emdal, just floating it towards that front post. And there's Gabe getting up ahead of the Real Madrid defenders. And that's what we want to see, viewers. That right there. Okay, so far, So good. Here we go. Roberto's got a bit of a twisted knee. Gabe's got a free kick. Doesn't usually take them. Whips the ball in towards that back post. Cleared away. Xavier Caballa's going to pick it up. And I'm just going to make sure if we give the ball away here, it's a danger. As it goes to Gabe. Great pass. Oh, my goodness me. I'm not even sure who it was. It might have been Gwen. It's always him, it feels like. Velez on the bench can come on for Roberto. But Velez has not had a good time of it recently. Really good defender, but just not having his best spell in a Valencia shirt as well. Lagordi there, racing forward. One of the better players. I think he's a fullback, right back. Really, really good. And now Rodrigo, racing forward. One of the elder statesmen from Madrid these days. As that shot, it looked like it was going in. We'll see if he gets a half time in Roberto. He doesn't seem absolutely destroyed, so that's not too bad, but we might have to get him off. Velez on. And that is a logical change as the half-time whistle comes. Oh, not quite yet. Long throw in towards Gabe. Knocks it down. Cleared away. Well, that was a highlight, apparently. Still 1-0. And very, very even game. But attacking seems to have worked for us. We started the game off quite slowly and then we really came into it. Definitely better on the front foot. Happy with the way things are going, but we are going to make that switch at the back. Velez is going to come in. Hopefully it doesn't affect things too much. Or play him in his most preferred role as a cover defender, just behind Shelton. Hopefully it'll stop players getting in behind quite so often. And here we go then. Half of the game to go. And what a half of the game it's set to be. As Gabe's chasing down this. Serpa's going to get there first. And they're going to clear this, are they? No, they're going to play it neatly out from the back and try and work something for themselves. Lots of nice turns from them. As the press there from us is pretty good. But still Madrid possession. As it goes all the way back to their goalkeeper, Nekrasov, who I'm not actually too familiar. I've got to say, I'm not too familiar with him, interestingly. Rodriguez, Fernando Love, who's really, really good. Rodrigo going forward, getting past his man. We know how dangerous he can be. He's done this once before. That's not his best work. As Moise Keane comes on for Arnie, we know all about Moise Keane, the regen. Hopefully we can stop him from doing his business. I noticed that Obi's on the bench as well, this fella. He's really, really talented. Sunday Obi. I'm surprised he's not started, to be honest. Sabitia is good, but Obi's on another level, and they've now brought him on. They've actually put him up front as well. Time's ticking away here. We're still attacking. It seems obvious not to be. I guess we'll go balanced. I don't want to let Madrid back in, and I know we're doing well on attacking, and it's sort of, if I don't do anything, people will say, why were you still attacking with 10 minutes to go? With 5, how long can I risk this? How long can I risk this, viewers? 88, the further it goes, the more I want to leave it. 2 minutes to go, and it looks like a totally non-dramatic game, but a 1-0 win. Gabe goes big, and it's 1-0. Deary me, what a win that is. It's very understated, it feels like, but that's so important. A brilliant win. Madrid just couldn't do anything. I don't know. We didn't see anything from them in the second half. It flew by, and Sevilla were beaten by Mallorca. Didn't see that 92nd minute goal by Mallorca. And you look at that now then, 6 points ahead of Sevilla. Barcelona, of course, they play tomorrow. We'll have to see how they get on before we play Leipzig, but that is a win and a half. Roberto's out for a few days. Might miss the game against Leipzig now, but centre-back, we've got a few options, as you've seen, so we're not too bad. What a win. Come on. That's huge. That is absolutely huge. Right, the context of Glory Hunter, there's not many wins bigger than that. I'll tell you now. La Liga, a victory of La Liga with Valencia here will be outrageous. I've had a stressful morning. There was supposed to be a Newcastle episode this morning. In fact, I'll say now, actually, if you'd like to see a Newcastle episode, but it's sort of hidden away, there's a link in the description. There'll be a proper episode tomorrow. The audio is a bit kerfuffled. I know there'll be some people that want to see it. I'll put it on Twitter and Discord and things like that as well. But yeah, link in the description if you want to see some Newcastle as well. It's one of the hidden episodes because the audio is not quite perfect, and that's annoyed me. Right, Barcelona play away at Getafe. So let's see how they do in that game. Zaragoza winning 5-0 in their game. As let's take a look here. What is the result going to be? This is the one. A Barcelona defeat would be massive. I don't think it's expected, but it'd be huge. And there it is. 2-0 win for them. Hardly surprising. You look at the fixtures towards the very end of the season here. We play Barcelona in the Spanish Cup final, but apart from Atletico Madrid, our run-in is pretty routine. For Barcelona, how do things look? Do they play any of the big boys? Real Madrid after the Spanish Cup final. Sevilla in there as well. Bilbao, so some tricky-ish games for Barca. That could play to our hands. Jurgen Klopp leads them currently, their best player. Is it Henry Daniel or Henry Daniel? You can see why it's so good. Fullback, another fullback, absolutely sensational in the save again. For years on Football Manager, I found fullbacks to be a bit of a mystery. Never found any good ones. It always felt like, but yeah, this save in particular, there are loads of brilliant ones. We've had our fair share as well, clubs we've been at, it's fair to say, and Andy Brooks. What I can't wait to do is at the very end of the series do my my Glory Hunter 11. I think that's going to be so much fun. And also something else I'm going to do. I've mentioned it a few times, but I'll mention it again. If you're doing a Glory Hunter save, at the end of this series, I want to look through some of your Glory Hunter saves. So if you've got one, make sure you keep a save file somewhere, which is at the very end, because I want it at the very peak of the 20 years. We'll see how some people got on. Even if you weren't succeeding in it, I still want to see where you went wrong and where it didn't work out internationally. Yeah, it's all of us. It's all of us. Arsenal, PSG, keeping an eye on it. PSG out. Wow, PSG are out. I wonder if that puts a bit of pressure on the PSG board to get rid. We'll see at the end of the season, won't we? The thing is, what's crazy here is if I somehow, and it's just occurred to me now, we're on for the double, right? Like this could actually happen in the second season of Valencia. It was supposed to happen like this. All right, with the Champions League then, of course, a little bit of rotation required with the Spanish. When is the Spanish Cup final? Is it literally the end of this week? Yeah, 4 days' time. Yeah, I think we have to, right? We're both thinking it. I'm going to go full rotation. And I'm not throwing necessarily, but I'm doing what I think is the sensible thing to do in this scenario. I need as close to my strongest 11 as it's possible to have, and to not do this and have a player injured in a game that we almost have to win, right? This is the right thing to do, isn't it, gang? Right? Everyone would do this. Haman's coming in. If we pull off a win here, by the way, this will be sensational. But where I can make changes, where I can rest players, I'm absolutely going to do that. Jimenez for Vargas. Rios is going to come. This might be crazy. I don't know. This might be crazy. But I don't think I have a choice. And I shouldn't have picked... Someone said this in the comments and they're right. I should have picked all the players that are unregistered here. Should have been registered. They should have been fighting this for me. And they're not. And they should have been. Like Braganca, Diallo, Pedro. It made far more sense. It's still learning. 15 years into this challenge. All right then. Away at Leipzig. It won't be easy. And this side is by no means my strongest. But let's give it a go. Let's see how some of the backup boys, as we'll call them, that's offensive, do in this game against Leipzig. Victor Hugo Militides in there again. Friss. How is Friss getting on? Oh, he's so good. And I'll be honest, and this is part of my thought process. If we do this, right, if we somehow, I don't know if it's still going to happen, but if we do the double, right, and it could all fall apart tomorrow against Barcelona, but if we do the double, I think that we don't go to PSG. We try and build something in France. And that would be quite exciting, as Leipzig, they know a goal here pretty much wraps this up, by the way. 2 away goals, 1 goal for them, and it's pretty much done. I'll be honest, I would love to see this Leipzig team, maybe go and win the Champions League. That'd be quite exciting. I'm going to do what I did against Madrid and go attacking, and that's my best form of defence, I think, especially with a side like this that I don't really know what they're capable of. Imagine being Diallo, coming to me, and then not even being selected in the Champions League squad. That is crazy. Considering what he did for me that one season, as I think we're out of the Champions League. 10 minutes in, it's not a good start. We need something crazy. Leipzig forward again. I'll tell you what, the movement by some of their players is so good. They've got a big chance. They should have scored that, really. As this is such a weird game to be in now. Champions League quarter-final. And I'm kind of just saying, whatever. It's really strange. But this is what Glory Hunter does, right? I can't be playing my strongest 11 and hoping that my strongest 11 win 3-0. Like, it's just not... It just doesn't make sense. Like, the worst thing that would have happened today is if we'd have gone to extra time. Like, that's the worst case scenario. On the positive side now, that can't happen. So, no matter what happens, there's going to be a winner. And the team in red and white look like they're going to be that winner. There's something very strange about, I guess, the only positive I can take from this, and it's not a big positive, viewers, is that if I was going to let any team have a win here, I'm kind of pleased that it's a team that I used to manage, and it's kind of strange. Because in any other save, right, I'd have probably stayed at Leipzig for a while. I would have probably tried to win the Champions League with them because of how much I enjoyed that team and that German adventure. But in a save like this, and I'll reply to you soon. In a save like this, that's not what it's about. I'm thinking now as well, we've got 53 minutes on the clock. Do I rotate a few players? As Azika, he's not done, viewers. He wants it. You know, he's done. See, all the players on the bench would already start, so I don't really want to bring any of them on. I think the players that need to find a bit of form, I'll maybe bring Zeno on. I think he needs it more than anyone else, and Mdol on the other side. Again, a bit of a gamble with those two boys, and keeping Kabay out there might be a gamble as well, but yeah, they need to find some form. They need to maybe do something. I'm not sure bringing them on in a backup team against Leipzig is how they're going to do that. But as big players, like you'd think maybe this is the sort of game they might thrive in, as Rios makes a save. Is this one of the weirder games you've watched, gang? Because you know that ultimately we're just hoping we don't get any injuries. Ball played in, headed on goal. It's getting embarrassing now. I hope we don't have to pay for the flights. I can't imagine this is doing the morale of some of the boys much good. Yeah, not really thought about that. We're not really defending. We're not. Oh, giving up. Velez giving up. Velez can't start the final, by the way. For heaven's sake, having his worst spell under me by a mile. Go and check your screen. There's a. Oh, yeah, you get out of the way. Check the screen. Not even doing the harmonic of yours, because it's going to be 6-0 on aggregate here. He's given the penalty, and now he's running back to give Velez a yellow card. This is painstaking. All right, Friss is stepping up. Nice to see him again. Nice to see him. Friss. 4-0. I'm sitting here trying to take credit for this. I've just realised. This is me being like, oh yeah, he's good. I brought him. Really? Are we gonna? No, we're not. Oh no, that's not gone well. Military, that's not gone well. Zeno has just chopped a player for no reason there. I don't know why he's done it. There's about 30 seconds to go. I don't think, and this you might think this is premature of this, I don't think we're going to go through. But honestly, with Barcelona playing Schalke and probably getting through in the Europa League, as we're just fouling them now, the reality is, I'm not really bothered. I'd quite like to focus on the league right now. Gloria Hunter does some strange things, man. Like, I'm losing 4-0 in the Champions League quarter-final, and this is my face. It doesn't make sense. But there we are, beaten by a former friend. As I'm gonna have to assertively say, unacceptable to lose like that. Make them realise it can't happen again, but equally that it's all right, really. A little bit of money for it as well, as this will be our focus tomorrow, as well as the Spanish Cup final then against Barcelona. That's where things are going to get exciting. Have they got any players injured right now? Is he unavailable for the? No way. Is he unavailable for the Cup game? And that's a European game. It's the European game. It's not for our game. I wish it was for our game. But interestingly, they have to play Thursday, Sunday, so they will be not as fit as we are. They've not lost very much recently. I like the fact that Barcelona played Norwich in the Europa League. But that's going to bring things to the end. If you've enjoyed it, please drop a like on it. Want to see some more? Subscribe to the Shout and Suspended for the final. You left comments saying that yesterday, and I forgot. And now here we are. And I'm going to have to play Velez. See you tomorrow, gang. It's a disaster.